take a turn to the right here, go over the bridge. I see we have some people out here that actually take, I guess, groups with them. There was a birding service back there on the side of that car. A little bumpy across the bridge. And I'll tell you later what the regulations are out here. This is a place that you are not going to go anytime you want to, and I'll get into that a little bit later. We've been down to we have not been from here on. We've been across to the boat ramp area, and at that time you could not drive in here. You can only drive in here one day a week. And now, with the way it is with the construction you just saw, you can only get in here on Thursday. It's usually every Thursday, and that's it. But now, according to what we're seeing, everything is closed past this point. There are gates up, so I'll have to get back to you. We are now on the drive, and this is a lot of square miles out here. Looks like it's a lot of acres. It's big area. Seen quite a few hawks so far, swamp hens, a little bit of everything. Haven't seen a lot of small birds, but as I call them, dicky birds. But and just as I say that, there's one right there. Good morning. Welcome to RCSP, Florida. Today we're at TM Goodwin Wildlife Management Area, basically in Brevard County. It's on the east coast of Florida, not far from Vero Beach. We just got here a while back. We've been about maybe 3 or 4 miles down this road. It's a long road. I'm not sure exactly how long it is. This is our first trip here. But there are a lot of birds here. There are places that are difficult to photograph, but we'll get into that a little bit later, and I'll show you some pictures of that and talk about that. But if you look behind me, this is what these consist of. There's a huge lake out there at the end of this canal. But and if you can see right here in front of me, these are all controls that used to control the water here. And it looks like, I'm not sure they're actually active anymore, but they may be. I can't really tell. But we're kind of under a cover here, as you can see. And then across the way, you have more controls and gauges for the water. So I assume that they still work, but they look like they have, if you look at them, they look like they have pulleys on them. Right there, if you look at that, that has a pulley, and it looks like there's, has multiple belts on there, but if they use it now, it's either manually done or they figure out some other way to do it, so it may not even be active anymore. I really don't know. But if you can see, there is a lot of nothing out here. There is a lot of nothing. There's kind of a lake over there in the distance, which is where we're kind of headed that direction. But it's a lot of nothing out here. So anyway, we're going to explore this place and see what we can find. And we'll show it all to you before this video is over. The one thing I have noticed here is very difficult to do photography here. If you look out there, there's a canal. There's all kinds of birds have been in that canal. And unfortunately, and there comes the blackbirds be on top of it, that would be good. But most of the birds, there's so much brush in front of them, you cannot, even if you could focus on them, it would not be a good photo because you really are looking at the bird through a bush. And it's so tight that it's very difficult to try and get a picture of a bird here. Some areas are open. We got a little area here coming up. Unfortunately, I don't see anything in there at this particular time, but there have been some ducks. I will say the ducks here are not used to seeing a lot of people because it's not an everyday thing that, like a lot of places are. It's really very similar to what Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive is. They only do that one on federal holidays, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's the only days they're open. They're closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But these birds are spooky. I mean, it's hard to get, even if you can get a picture of them, the minute even if you drive up beside them, let alone walk up, if you open the door, they'd be gone anyway. But you can't even drive up beside them before they see you, and then they're gone. So if you want flight shots, you can try and get that set up to do that, because you can guarantee every time you see a duck, he's most likely going to fly. Most of the egrets and all just kind of ignore you, although sometimes they'll fly, but they're not quite as spooky. But the ducks are very spooky. So this is kind of what you're facing. If you have birds like are sitting on those across the way on those limbs, you know, and up on top of the branches in hingas, but you can get pictures of them. But a lot of the water birds like ducks and grebes and common gallinules and coots, all the floating birds that are in dive and get grass and moss off the bottom, they're kind of skittish. But now we're coming up to a place where it is. It's only that way in areas. Areas are good, and in some areas that are not very good for photography. Coming up here, it's wide open. As you can see, there's some short shrubbery, but not too much. And you could shoot here. And that's what I think I'm going to do. Get you later. We've been going on about 2.5 miles or so, and it has been beautiful. We've seen all kinds of birds out here. Black-crowned night herons, palm warblers, yellow rump warblers, phoebes, a little bit of everything so far. So at least we are able to get out here. Like I say, I'm going to wait till I get back to the office, and I'll go ahead and do a video or at least an audio section where I tell you what the rules and regulations, and I'll leave you some links in the video description to TM Goodwin Wildlife Management Area, and also I'll try. I've got basically what the hours are and what you can and can't do. It's restricted. It's a long drive. We don't know for it. We've been, like I say, we haven't touched it yet, and we've already been 3 miles, so, or close to 3 miles. So it's going to be a long ride today. Unfortunately, it's only open because of the construction, I guess. I'm not sure why. It's only open until 1 p.m. So we got in here at 9, which is when they open right now, and we'll have to be out of here by 1 o'clock. So you have limited time out here, but it is a beautiful place. It's huge, as you can see from the video and what I'm showing you right now. It's I'm not shooting down the road because there are some cars ahead of me, and I don't like getting people's license plates in the video. But it is a nice area, one we have not visited before, but I can guarantee you it won't be the last time we're here. So I'll get back to you a little bit later, and we'll show you some more of this place. Here's one of the big lake areas here. They have, this place you could go literally for miles and miles. We actually have turned around to go back to the birding trail, but this goes, from what I can tell on Google Maps and Earth, this goes way far north into another marsh area, but we just don't have time to explore all of it today. You can see way out there in the distance, you probably can't make it out, there's an airboat out there. And he's way away from me, but I can hear him from here. Those things are tremendously loud. I don't think you'll be able to pick him up on the video here, but it is a tremendous amount of noise. He's coming this way, so you might be able to get a better view of him here. We've actually turned, like around, said we've turned around to go back. We got into an area where they were doing a lot of seine fishing with a seine net, which generally is illegal in Florida, but apparently it's not here. Maybe they're trying to catch bait, but there goes one guy that just threw it out right there. So, and there's this truck. But I should have taken, I ought to take a picture of the parking area where all the boats come in to. There's two. There's one at the very end where we come into the wildlife drive, but there's also one before you get to this, way bigger than that, and they're pretty much packed all the time. And actually, they're out in the overflow parking across the street from it in a field. It's extremely a lot of people out here. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We're headed back out. We're going through an area where we don't have a lot of birds that we can see. A lot of ducks here out in the area, but not out here to where we have the camera going now. This is just plain open water. Anyway, we'll get back to you a little bit later. Well, that'll about do it for RCSP Florida for this trip from TM Goodwin Wildlife Management Area. It's been a great time. Haven't got as many pictures as I thought I would get, but and I won't go into it, but I was having some problems with the between the A7R4 and the 200 to 600, and it just didn't seem to focus well. But we got a few pictures that we'll show you, but I didn't get near as many good shots as I would like to have, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that right now. Not sure if something's happened to the A7R4. I switched lenses around, switched cameras, and finally went to the A7R3 on the 200 to 600, and it seems to have gotten better. So I'll have to check that out when I get home. Thanks for coming along with us. I hope you enjoyed this this trip to TM Goodwin Wildlife Management Area, and it will not be the last. It's hard to get to from where we live in Tampa. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, so you spend 5 hours driving to try and get enough light to spend some time doing photography. So anyway, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining us. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I post a new video, please hit the bell button. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.